welcome into the 22nd day of 31 days of Psalms. I'm just blown away by what the Lord has already done throughout this series. How he's spoken to me, how he has spoken through his word, how he is speaking through the guests that I'm bringing on to share the goodness of their favorite chapters, or one of their favorite chapters.
Yeah, one. Yeah.
Yeah, because Psalms is amazing. It's amazing.
hmm
It is a life manual. It is words when you don't have words to speak to God. It is it makes you feel not alone because David and the other authors have actually gone through just about everything that we could go through in our lifetime. So I just love starting the year with this is my second year to start a new year with Psalms because he wants his people to know that he is present, that he sees you, and that he sees the darkness that you're in, and he's trying to draw you to the light. That you're looking for direction and you need those promises. And that is just as plain as light inside of Psalms. So, if you don't know me, I'm
Is.
Christy. I'm also known as the Comeback Mentor, and I serve women in midlife transition as they're looking to fulfill new dreams. I mean, they're in a perfect space and place to step into their divine identity if um, in their divine dreams that the Lord has placed deeply within them. And today I'm excited to have Margaret come on and share one of her favorite Psalms, Psalm 126. And she's a dear friend. We have known each other for about 2 years now. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to hear what you have to share today. So take it away.
Awesome. So is it okay if I read it? Because it's actually in the
Yeah.
Passion Translation. So is it okay to read it out loud?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay. So so it's Psalm 126 and there's only 6 verses. Um so and this is like I said, it's the Passion Translation. I just love this rendition. It was like a dream come true when you freed us from our bondage and brought us back to Zion. We laughed and overflowed with gladness. We were left shouting for joy and singing your praise. All the nations saw it and joined in, saying, "The Lord has done great miracles for them." Yes, he did mighty miracles, and we are overjoyed. Now, Lord, do it again. Restore us to our former glory. May streams of your refreshing flow over us until our dry hearts are drenched again. Those who sow their tears as seeds will reap a harvest with joyful shouts of glee. They may weep as they go out carrying their seed to sow, but they will return with joyful laughter and shouting with gladness as they bring back armloads of blessing and a harvest overflowing. And that just, first of all, this psalm came to me last year. No, actually, it's 2024. It was in 2024, in the summer of 2024. And I was in a very bad space. I wasn't in a good space. And when I read this, it gave me hope. It gave me hope that all of these things, that all these tears, all this hurt, all this pain, all this what felt like, oh, I can't even think of the right word. It's just like, oh, it was horrible. Such a heaviness, a cloud, kind of like an Eeyore cloud, just following me around. It was awful.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of heart healing, so I was able to enter into it. But when you do heart healing, I mean, let's be honest, sometimes it opens and exposes things that's uncomfortable for a little bit. But then once you get to the other side and you realize the love of God, this is a psalm that drenched me, for lack of a better word, drenched me with the understanding and knowledge that he loved me, that he that he's got me, that these tears are not going to be wasted. They're not. And I can't express enough the value of us as, a community. Uh, the reason for not forsaking the fellowship of believers, to be there with each other, because to have those to come alongside during that time, you know, I'm weeping, I'm sowing tears. I don't know that there's going to be anything growing. I didn't know there was anything growing. But as I'm interacting and being honest about where I'm at, other people are opening up. And I didn't know that my tears were providing seeds for others to be able to express the things that were on their heart as well. So I feel like it's a psalm that speaks to what my relationship with God is personally, but also corporately, because there's a lot of weeping right now. There's a lot going on in the world. It's just so sad. And yet do not give up hope, because where sin abounds, grace there much more abounds. So it's like, um I believe there's a lot more light to be seen when we look for it. And this is where it's like, do it again, Lord. Do it again, Lord. Do it again, Lord. That's my favorite line. I was like, do it again. It's like, I like to call him Jehovah Sneaky, because he loves to just come in and do. I think somebody else had coined that phrase. I can't remember. I don't know if it was Bianca or someone, but somebody coined it, and I love it. And I hold on to it, because he comes in with this personal knowledge of me, personal knowledge of the person with whom I'm with at the time, if there's any interactions happening, and just blows me out of
Girl,
the water.
you just you just set me up for tomorrow's Psalms 139.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest points I was going to make tomorrow is he knows us better than we know ourselves.
He does.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in the depth of despair, or the highlight of joy, in in my physical pain that I'm in the midst of whatever it might be that might be happening, or when I'm able to physically shovel my driveway miraculously without pain, for no apparent explanation whatsoever. There's just um there's no formula. There's
And
no
I would
formula.
say, yeah, don't dismiss the small things. What she just
Exactly.
described is so very real, and it's not just for people of our age. There's a young gentleman that I follow on social, that him and a friend are from England, and he was in Minnesota, and he had started shoveling driveways. And when he went inside, his he completely hit the floor. So what it turns out to be is back issues. Like he has bulging discs now. So this is not a container for uh, certain age groups, certain
Agree.
ethnicities, none of that. Those small wins, like she just described, being able to shovel your driveway becomes a miracle. It becomes a miracle.
Does. It feels like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. I agree. To to be able to, sometimes when you're in a space of um anxiety, like if you're having an like I've struggled with anxiety, um depression, sadness, getting out of bed, just getting out of the freaking bed can feel like a
Mhm.
miracle. And having a friend call you and be on the phone with you, to encourage you to get out, to get up, to stand up, to get up. You can't. It's like, yes, there are really huge miracles, great, big things that I'm not trying to minimize. They're lovely. I love seeing that. I love hearing stories.
Right.
But these little things, you know, it's like, this psalm speaks to that. It's like the bondage, like when something is gone that used to hold you captive. I had an experience recently where all of a sudden in that moment, and to me they're called calendar moments. It's you, I will remember till I die where I was sitting, who was with me, what was on the TV in the background, like where my cat was sitting. Like, I mean, I remember every detail of the moment when I realized that something was broken, like done. I was done. It wasn't holding me captive anymore. I was no longer going to be held down by the weight of this depressive lie that held me there. And it's like, and so this psalm was so perfect for me because this was just a few days ago. It was like about 4 days ago this happened. And I just remember going, it's gone. It's gone. It's gone.
Mhm.
It's gone. It's not there anymore. And I bawled. I just bawled. And the
Mhm.
person that I was with was just kind of like, um, what's going on?
What did I do?
What's going on? Can you fill me in? I'm having the story in my head go playing, and it's not articulating out loud. All it's coming out is tears. And I was
Uh-huh.
able to explain it after, but it was one of those moments where it's like, and now it's like, do it again, Lord, do it again. I can't wait. And I love watching it in others. I love seeing it in other people, that experience. When we do heart healing sessions, when we get to allow Holy Spirit to guide that person to a connection with God where revelation is there, and all of a sudden there's no longer a chain of a lie. It's gone. It's been cut. It's like
Mhm.
a hot air balloon being untethered and being able to float up and be able to see so much more. It's like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory when they go through this glass ceiling.
Oh
It's
yeah.
like you get to see everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels like
And
that when, yeah.
I remember talking about this, and I remember the exact feeling myself. Uh, and I talk about within 24 hours of stepping into and moving forward, out of my darkness, and just obeying God with nothing but $300 in my pocket, not knowing what was, how I was going to be provided for. I remember that feeling when the bondage was broken, and I wept. And I didn't realize it. That's the point where you don't realize the full weight that I mean, you're underweight, but when it's released and broken, holy macannoli.
Yeah. It's like you float. It's
Yeah, yeah,
like,
perfect
yeah,
analogy.
yeah. And the simplicity of when it actually transpires. It's not some grandiose fireworks, blah, blah, blah. It's just all of a sudden, it's just like, whoa, there's just like this
Hmm.
revelation and you just become aware of it. And it's because it's in that verse too. There it says, they say, all the nations saw it and joined in, saying, the Lord has done great miracles for them. Yes, he did mighty miracles, and we are overjoyed. Now, Lord, do it again. Restore us to our former glory. May streams of your refreshing flow over us until our dry hearts are drenched again. When you have bondage or lies or it's just so dark and it's so heavy and it's unfortunate. And there are still things like that. There's still going to be stuff like that as I journey, but I just happen to be in a different space right now. But like when your heart is dry and it's just parched, when his streams of refreshing flow over, what's amazing about it is you can't help but have it gush out. It's like, yes, you're overflowing and my heart is drenched.
Oh, I lost
It's
sound.
just a
Okay,
natural.
there you go.
Oh, I lost sound. So it's just a natural progression for it to flow out. because when he drenches my dry heart, there's so much extra flowing out of me. You know, as I'm expressing what I'm expressing right now, I can feel that desire for others to realize the magnitude of the love of God, the magnitude of the freedom of God, the magnitude of the depth, the width, the height of his pleasure in you as his child. You know, it's just so much bigger and better and immeasurable than you could ever imagine. And I feel like I've just only gotten a taste of it, because each time I get, it's like I'm getting more and more tastes as I go. I'm still blown out of the water, but it's immeasurable. There's no way to measure it. And yeah, I
Yeah.
love being able to be a part of it. And I get that from you, Christy. Like, you outflow, you know, and I'm getting that. And then, you know, it's like, I don't know. I just don't know how to explain it. It's just delightful.
And it's like you want to go and rub up against people so that it will rub off. I mean, like
Yeah,
instant connection that, and you will be just filled to the rim. Oh, it's joy unspeakable.
it is. It is. It
Yeah.
is. It is. Yeah. What a gift. What a gift it is to be a witness to someone who doesn't know, which I've been blessed with, like, who doesn't know on the depth that I've experienced, and be able to witness someone experiencing that, to sit and watch another human be like, did you see that? I can't believe that just happened, and be able to be a part of that process. And I feel like we've been able to be blessed by that with our community,
Mm,
to be able to be like,
yeah.
what are the chances that you're going to talk about the very same thing that I literally was just talking to God about this morning? And it's like, and because there's this there's this connectedness in the body. And so, yeah, and when it talks about, and we saw his glory, we saw what he did. And so anybody watching this, whoever's watching this, you know, this community, the comeback mentor, the renewed heart dreamers, all of that, just there is that beauty. And I've missed you. Golly gee, missed you, because I, with my work schedule and everything, I haven't been able to. Is that okay to say that on here?
Oh, yeah.
Anyway. Sorry.
But you brought up a good point that I had forgotten about is, and that's community. Um, yes, we are not to forsake the gathering of fellow believers, in the house of God. But there is another context to that, like coming together in groups of believers outside of outside of Sundays, outside of
Yeah, yeah,
Wednesdays,
yeah.
maybe like the communities that I have, and we have that such strong connection and experiences, we're not even local to each other.
Exactly,
And
right?
that's the beauty of it, because God organizes it and he ordains it. So if you get an invitation, for everybody who's watching out there who may not have found their community, if you get an invitation, pray on it. God does not make mistakes. He will keep throwing resources at you, opportunities at you until you say yes. Take a chance.
Yeah. And that's the depth of his love and his desire for you to connect with those who will see you for who you are, and the beauty of you. Yeah. And that's so important. There's so much growth in that. Um, yeah, there is so much growth in that. Yeah, and that's what I was meaning by do not forsake. Even just one friend, even if you just have one friend, just being able to to commune and talk about what God is um showing you or sharing with you, or even questions you might have. I don't have the answers, but God does.
Hmm.
And sometimes he lets you know it, and sometimes he doesn't.
Sometimes
Sometimes you
there's
just gotta wait.
some sweeping and cleaning that has to be done so that you
Mhm.
can actually hear with your spiritual ears, see with your spiritual eyes, and have the understanding. So, um,
Agreed. And sometimes
okay,
it just has to the seeds just have to be planted and they have to be sowed. And then, you got to till the land and water and all that before it can sprout. It's just not the time yet. It's just not the season. It might not be the season too.
right. So I have a request for you to read that Psalms again from the Passion Translation.
Okay. I love it. It's my favorite. So, it was like a dream come true when you freed us from our bondage and brought us back to Zion. We laughed and overflowed with gladness. We were left shouting for joy and singing your praise. All the nations saw it and joined in, saying, "The Lord has done great miracles for them." Yes, he did mighty miracles, and we are overjoyed. Now, Lord, do it again. Restore us to our former glory. May streams of your refreshing flow over us until our dry hearts are drenched again. Those who sow their tears as seeds will reap a harvest with joyful shouts of glee. They may weep as they go out carrying their seed to sow, but they will return with joyful laughter and shouting with gladness as they bring back armloads of blessing and a harvest overflowing. That's my favorite because that's what was I could see myself because I was carrying the seed like tons of seeds. Just, just like dropping them all right and now it's just like I feel like I am in that place right now where I am the freedom of after I let that go. I had no idea that this was going to happen in my life. I didn't know, and I should have known. I mean, he keeps his promises. He always keeps his promises. He's so faithful. But, you know, oh ye of little faith.
Like we talked about yesterday and a couple days ago, the enemy is walking to and fro to stir the chaos pot. And, we falter, we slip, we question a little bit, but Psalms, I cannot emphasize it enough. And 126 is absolutely beautiful. It's refreshing. It is covering and it shows the promises. And I just love it. Yeah. Michelle says she's probably going to have to memorize that one.
It's it's relatable. It looks like my internet connection's unstable. Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. It's relatable because there's an element of like, a lot of times you think there's this grandiose David, oh, I could never be David because look at him and he did all this stuff and, all that. But no, he was relatable. He was a relatable lamenter and a
Hmm.
relatable praiser and a relatable worshiper, a relatable broken, lonely, scared person and, child of the living God, like us, children of the living God. And so I think that psalm for me was relatable. Like it's like, and it was on the other end. Now there's other ones which are great because you can be there in the midst of the sadness and the despair and the
Right.
questioning and all of that. And so, and I like that there's a progression there
Seasons.
of, his journey, like any
Yeah.
of our journeys. It's
Yeah.
relatable. Yeah.
Very much so.
I love that. I love that so much.
Fantastic. Well, any closing words or thoughts you have?
I think I would really recommend, and I think for anybody who's watching, if you haven't done it, to look into it doesn't matter really. I mean, being self-aware and allowing yourself the grace to be sad or to be upset or to be hurt or to feel those things, to just allow that to happen because we're learning from a book that we're reading as well that God already knows every thought that we're thinking, which you're going to be Psalm 139 tomorrow. You're going to know it's part of that Psalm. But he knows every thought before we even think it. He knows every word we're going to say before it's even spoken. So
Hmm.
it's not like you're hiding it. It's not like, and then, oh no, if I say it out loud, I'm cursed. Oh no, I'm cursing myself. No, you're getting it out of here so that the lies can't spin and do their weird junk in there. It's getting out once it's out in the light, because the light is what brings the healing. When you have a wound and you put a band-aid on it, your skin isn't healing as much. It's good because you want it to not, be bleeding everywhere. But the true healing comes when you peel it off and you let the air and the light touch it. The skin can grow better. It's ugly looking without a band-aid on it, but you know what I mean. But it's like being honest about that, being honest about what's going on in the head with God. If you feel safe, there's someone to talk to, find someone to talk to, reach out, because getting it out in the open allows then for you to go, okay, this isn't the full truth. This is the little t truth. The big T truth is what God says about you. The little t truth is like the confession of the false reality that's there, the lie, the thing you're agreeing with that's not truth. And so when you're able to get that out, then all of a sudden then God's got something to work with. Oh, honey, oh, I'm so glad that you were honest with me, that you trusted me enough to talk to me. All right, baby girl, let me see, what can we do here? How can I how can I speak to that for you? What's the truth that you need to hear on this area? And I think it's important. I just think it's way more important in giving yourself permission to do that. As Christians, a lot of times what we're doing is we're trying to put on this plastic face. Well, we got praise all the time. Praise, 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 praise,
Hmm.
praise. And that's not always the case. I mean, praise is good. Don't get me wrong. It's important. Just, rejoice in the Lord always. I say it again, rejoice. I get that. But there's this other element too. Confess your faults one to another, and it'll bring healing to your bones. So there's both. It's both and. So I just think it's important to be able to
Yeah.
admit that. Because then you're sowing it. You're sowing those seeds and then they can grow.
And he created us with emotions, you guys.
Yep.
In society, how we're raised, the world tries to smush and say, suck it up, says, you got this, get over this, you'll be fine tomorrow. And they take away our ability to process when we are shunned or judged for our emotions. And I love that you brought up the band-aid and the wound, because the Lord showed me, rip the band-aid off, let me breathe on it, and the light of glory can shine over it. So
I
that
just got
is
goosebumps.
amazing.
I just got goosebumps. My whole body. I just got goosebumps. That's amazing. I love
Well,
that.
I've had Holy Spirit bumps the whole time.
Nice. That's right. Nice. Awesome.
What an amazing session. Thank you,
Mm.
Margaret, for taking time out of your schedule to share. It is absolutely awe-inspiring. I pray blessings on whoever is watching now, who will watch forward. If you need prayers, if you want to talk to somebody, if you're looking for community, put it in the comments. We're here to help. And
Yeah.
again, thank you so much, Margaret. This has been
You're
awesome.
welcome. You're welcome. Thank you.
All right, you guys have a blessed rest of your Thursday. Stay safe, and I'll see you here tomorrow. Bye.